Monday morning, Sulphur Point Marina at Tauranga, getting ready to get onto a boat and get out there to the next island. Of course, what do you do while you're waiting for the boat? Yes, you're going to put a couple of maps together, aren't you? Get on Arctis Online, put something on a iOS, put something on a Androids here somewhere. Several Androids here somewhere at the moment, running Field Maps and Field Maps Beta at the moment on 3 different devices. Here we go. See what this is like. Of course, the dog's very impressed by the whole thing. Occasionally you'd be walking through the forest and your highly trained detector dog will detect something like what's happening right now, and he's like, oh my god, what's happening? Have we come across something that shouldn't be in the forest here? Something non-native? Yes. An old fadge. You're very upset, aren't you? It's not supposed to be there. She's such a tidy Kiwi. I guess she's right in some respect. I mean, it could have had a rat in it, I guess. It's the type of place where rats hang out when on the mainland. It's 5 a.m. on beautiful sunny Tuhu Island. Assuming to be sunny. Birds are starting to wake up. So we're starting to wake up because, well, you naturally assume that if there are rats, the rats will be just starting to wake up as well. Hey, dog. First thing that struck me, Collector, was the fact that, yeah, okay, so I've got this app on my device just here and I run around the forest. And if I ring into someone with a laptop somewhere, I can say, hey, can you guys update this for me? I'll just press refresh and I can have it configured however I want, just instantaneously, as long as I've got reception to refresh my map. Or take it one step further, or you can actually do it yourself. Take your laptop out in the field with you, just stop under a purakawa tree and just reconfigure your app and then just keep going again. So we're just taking a break at the moment. She's taking a break, I'm doing some work reconfiguring our field maps and then hitting me gather again. I think if I wasn't a GIS geek / rat hunter, I'd be a relationship counselor. Because I reckon I spend 90% of my time dealing with issues with the relationships. Of course, those of you who know what I'm talking about know that when you check a trap, you can't just add more data to that feature. You have to add it to a record table underneath. It's not underneath, it doesn't exist anywhere, but related to that feature. So you don't just keep on adding data over and over again and overriding data on the special feature. Of course, the issue with this is that it works really, really well, but there's some massive limitations to what you can do once you start working with relationships. So, on that fateful day, December 10, 2019, we thought Esri had cracked it, because that was the day that they gave us the join feature solution, which we aptly renamed the MVJ, or the Magic View Join. And what this basically did was it gave us a live relationship between the records and their parents in a one-to-one and a one-to-many. And this is amazing. It works really, really well. It's live. It doesn't take any credits. It gives you a brand new feature service, and you can add it to any dashboard you want, and it can just do amazing things analyzing your data. And so we put it in Collector. 10 seconds later, we got a sync fail. We discovered that you cannot take MVJs offline, and you haven't been able to since. So, since that day, I have been coming up with workarounds in order to use MVJs in Collector and now field maps, obviously, because who uses Collector and field maps online? Not us, because we're out here in the bush. So the issue is, and the issue always is, we need the records to be spatial, because the record table is non-spatial. So unless you can do some kind of magic link to the parent, which is a feature, which is spatial, and you actually don't know where that record is, and you can't symbolize by that record, and that's what the field workers want. So the field workers want the record to be symbolized, so they can say what happened at this trap at this bait station the last time, so 1-to-1 newest. And the guys back in the base watching the dashboards, they want 1-to-many, so they can have a list of all of the records. So you come up to your trap or your bait station or your fire hydrant, and you have to add the next related record. So you tap on the screen and you go, that's the trap I want, and I'm going to what? Am I going to launch servo 123 with a custom URL, or am I going to use the new FieldMat smart forms? I get asked that question a lot. It comes down to two things. Do you need to pass attributes through to that record, like the trap number or the trap type or something like that? And or do you need to do calculations in the forms? Because you can't do calculations in FieldMat smart forms yet. Anyway, if you need to either pass attributes through to your related record, or if you need to do calculations in the form itself, like you can still do calculations and have them turn up in the pop-up, and you can do calculations in the dashboard. So if you think, no, I have to do calculations, I have to times this by this, a lot of times you don't actually have to populate a field in order to get the result you want, because if all you want is the field worker to have bait amount times percentage taken or something like that, just times one by the other, then you can just do that in Arcade in the pop-up, right? So they just go submit, and then when they see the pop-up button, they're going to see this times that equals that, and you don't actually have to populate a field. It's just like what I call a pseudo field. So it's just an expression that exists there, and then you say, yeah, but that's the actual number that I want at the end. Well, that's fine, but with Arcade dashboards now, you can do anything. And so you don't actually ever have to populate a field with these things if all you want is A, the field worker to see the calculation, and B, the manager dude in the office watching the dashboard to see the result of the calculation as well. Where are we? One of those moments where you've been just following your dog for an hour and you suddenly realise, have you been leading me astray? I hope you know where you're going. Early start again this morning, so we're going to try and get into a couple of little places we couldn't get into yesterday, so we can go about declaring this place rat free again. The thing about this island is that it's a volcano, so you can either be outside the crater rim, traveling along the crater rim, or in the crater. And most of the time it's flat. Like if you're on the rim, on the outside, if you're on the inside, to get from one place to the other, it's really not flat at all. Thankfully, somebody has put this awesome looking ladder here and some chains for us to get up and down. That's reassuring, isn't it? Yes, that's her reassured face. Heading back to the mainland now to get prepared for our next adventure. Until then, stay safe, stay special.